Hello, good morning. I wanted to come on today and share a little milestone. So, in June last year, I decided that I was going to stop drinking. And I didn't know how long I was going to stop drinking for. It was probably just going to be for a month. I knew that my body needed a reset. I needed to just recalibrate because my drinking was a bit over the top. I was drinking most days. I wasn't drinking lots, but I was drinking enough to feel very subpar the following day, right? So I thought I need to have a break from the booze. And so a month turned into 3 months, turned into 100 days, turned into 300 days yesterday. And I can't really believe it. I'm on track now for a whole year. I haven't had any booze. And I'm quite proud of myself because if you'd said this to me like even 18 months ago or 2 years ago, I'd have said I couldn't do that. Because it had booze had been my coping mechanism. It was my reward system. Oh, I've done really well, I deserve a drink. Oh, I feel shit, I'm going to have a drink. You know, alcohol, I've written about this lots on my blogs. Alcohol is such a fundamental crazy part of our British culture. Another thing I did this week, which you'll see if you look at the grid, is I went for an overnight hike and I walked 29 kilometres in one day. I never would have been able to do that when I was boozing. Actually I did, but a bit less than that. It hurt me more. But I was walking through villages, you know, and there's always a church or a chapel and a pub, and in every village, you know. And alcohol is how we commiserate, it's how we celebrate. It's such a fundamental part of our existence. So I thought I'd just pop on and say I'm quite pleased with myself, really, and to tell you how I managed to do it. So the one thing is I listened to a podcast last year, and I can't remember the name, but he's one of the founders of 1 Year No Beer. And he said that, and he used to work in the financial city of London, and I used to work there too, so this language sort of resonated with me. He said the trade is no longer worth it. What he gets from the booze is no longer worth the price he's got to pay. And that was what was happening to me. So, you know, if you follow me, you'll know I try and keep fit. I try and do exercise. And that is my coping mechanism. That is my therapy. But I couldn't do my exercise daily if I'd been drinking. So I like to do Ashtanga yoga. And trying to do Ashtanga yoga, even if I just had 2 drinks the night before, I felt sick. So I couldn't do it. And I thought, come on, listen to your body. Your body's trying to talk to you. Listen to your body. And I've also written loads about how as we go through menopause and as we get older, our bodies can't process alcohol anymore. And instead of seeing that as something to lament, we can perhaps go, well, it's my body telling me that actually this stuff isn't really very good for me. You know, I don't want to preach, but it is something to consider, you know, as we get a bit older. So now So now I can do my exercise every day. I wake up, you know, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed most mornings. I sleep better because alcohol interrupts our sleep, certainly as we go through midlife and menopause. My bones still ache, but they don't ache in the same way. And if I stretch my muscles, you know, they will stop aching. It's my muscles that ache rather than my bones. So I thought I'd just share that with you. And how did I do it? What helped me? Alcohol-free drinks really, really helped me. So quite a long time ago now, about 4 years ago, I switched regular lager for alcohol-free lager because I prefer it. It's lighter, it's so refreshing, and you can often get an alcohol-free lager when you can't get anything else. Alcohol-free wines have got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to the alcohol-free beer market. But I have found a very nice bubbly called Noseco. So Prosecco, but Noseco. And I really like that. And I gave it to my mum at Christmas and she didn't notice the difference. So, you know, these things are, it's the taste without the after effects. And the other thing is, I love Gordon's 0.0 gin, and I have it with a slimline tonic, which actually I make myself using SodaStream and their diet tonic syrup. So I've saved so much, I must have saved so much money by not drinking. But those are my three go-tos. So the alcohol-free beer, certainly in a pub or a restaurant. Restaurants are worse than pubs. Pubs are getting better. Restaurants are not so good. Or I'll have a tonic water by itself, or I'll have lime and soda. Lime and soda has long been a favourite drink of mine. So there you go. There's some ideas for how you might give it a go. And I didn't have any plans, you know, I wasn't sort of setting myself up to fail because I really didn't want to do that. But yesterday I passed 300 days and I'm on track for a whole year. In June it'll be 365 days. I have no intention of drinking. This is the wonderful thing, and this is what I could never have imagined before. I just don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. I do consume far too much sugar now. That's my stress release. I'm going to get me a cake or some chocolate. I'm working on that one. Work in progress. But yeah. So I thought I'd just share that with you all. And if you feel like, you know, alcohol's got a bit too much of a hold on you, just give it a go. Give it a go. No pressure. Just try it out. But that, like, the trade is no longer worth it. I was paying too much to have a drink. A drink would make me feel good for like half an hour, but then I'd have another one and maybe have another one, and then the following day I would feel like shit. I really would, because we just can't process it as we get older. So anyway, there you go. And so I'm out running and I've just fed my Egyptian geese, and have a lovely day. All right, bye now.